Hey guys, Todd here. Today we're going to install the Ionic 5-inch curved-in Nerf bars on this 2016 Ram 2500. Now this is the same installation for the 2009 and up 1500s and the 2010 and up body style 25 and 3500s. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're going to start on the driver's side in the front of the truck. What we're going to look for is a couple of holes in the bottom of the rocker panel and a couple of holes in the bottom of the pinch weld. Now this is the driver's side front location. We can find our driver's side front bracket. It's going to say DF to show where it goes. All of your brackets are going to be labeled as far as your main brackets. It's going to line right up to here. Now this particular truck already has threaded inserts, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our provided hardware. It's going to be a washer, lock washer, and bolt, and we're going to thread them in place just hand tight for right now. All right, make sure you can wiggle them around. Okay, now if you do not have threaded inserts behind your rocker panel, you will have holes that look just like this. They're hexagon shaped, and we will need to install this bolt plate in place. The way we're going to do that is we're going to start a bolt into the welded nut on the bolt plate. Then we're going to insert it into this oval hole. Now this oval hole may be covered by a piece of tape. If it is, remove the piece of tape so you have the access. Then you're going to fit that bolt plate in place and get the bolt to come out. Once the bolt is out of the hole, you're going to take this retainer washer and screw it down into place. Get it nice and flat with the rocker panel. Once it's flat with the rocker panel, then we can go ahead and unscrew the bolt. That way we can rotate the threaded hole behind the rocker panel. Next, we can go ahead and take our bracket, set it into place. With the bracket in place, go ahead and rotate the bolt plate to where the threads are showing. Then we'll take provided bolt, lock washer, and flat washer and thread it into that welded nut. We're going to get that finger tight. We'll take another flat washer, lock washer, and nut and put it onto the bolt plate finger tight. Again, we want to be able to adjust it back and forth. All right, next we need to go ahead and find our support brackets. Those are going to line up to the holes in our pinch weld and also line up to the hole in the main bracket. Now, we have half of these that are going to look just like this and half that are a mirror image. So when you select your support bracket, make sure that everything lines up properly. Now to install that, what we're going to do is find one of our smaller bolts with a washer, fit it through the pinch weld. While I hold that in place, take another washer with a nylock nut and get that started. And for the other hole, do the same thing. We're not tightening this down just yet. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and fasten these two brackets together. We're going to use a bolt with washer, go through the main bracket into the support bracket, and then another washer followed by a nylock. This is M8 hardware and this is a smaller M6 hardware. Right now we've just got it fit together. We're not tightening it down just yet. Make sure all of our brackets are done just like that. Okay, now this is the driver's side running board. It is a mirror image of the passenger side running board. It should be in a green colored bag. The passenger side board should be in a clear colored bag. If the bags are mixed up, the way to identify them is from the end of the step pad to the end of the board on the front is going to be shorter than the end of the step pad to the end of the board on the back. Now, we're also going to flip this over and notice we've got 3 places where it's got threaded inserts. This is where it's going to line up to the brackets. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and set the board in place. Make sure we can still wiggle the brackets to line up with the threaded inserts. Next in your kit, you're going to have some bolts that are already assembled to washers and flat washers. Go ahead and put those through the brackets into those inserts and get them all finger tight. And tighten up all your brackets just like that. All right, next, using a 10mm, we're going to attach it to the nylock on the support bracket, push it all the way to the main bracket, and then tighten that up. All right, next we're going to tighten up the support bracket to the main bracket using 13mm tools. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten up the rocker panel using 13mm. And lastly, we can use a 13mm to tighten the boards to the brackets. And do the same steps on all 3 brackets. Now we can just repeat the exact same steps for the passenger side running board. Well, that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts or visit us online.